league MVP right here. Last year's winner, Austin Matthews, plus 400. I mean, those are the second best odds behind Connor McDavid at plus 250. McDavid has 2 Hart Trophies in his trophy case already. So chase or fade that this award, Jeff, is his to lose next season.
Yeah, so you guys were talking, earlier baseball basically just being a two-man race, and it's kind of similar. I think the only thing with hockey is it's a high-end, fast-paced contact sport, so injuries are going to come into it. But it is really hard for me to sit here with a straight face and make a case for anyone other than Connor McDavid or Austin Matthews. There's some great players behind them, but like the pace that these guys score at and the pace that the plays that they make and the media attention that they get, it is going to be extremely difficult for any of these players under them in the odds to just dethrone them. We're basically going to need like long stretches of injuries for one of these players because they're in their prime. The production's not going to go down. Their teams are still strong. I just don't see the case. So if we're looking for a dart throw here, I would probably look at a guy like Barkov simply because we're getting him at plus 2,500 odds. If Florida repeats his President's Cup, this guy's a great two-way player. He's kind of in the prime of his career too. Maybe this is the season where he just hits that high-end point total, and maybe Matthews just misses the goal scoring regresses. Maybe McDavid misses some games. But realistically, I think that this is an award where you are either laying down the wood at these short odds with Matthews or McDavid, or you should just leave it alone.
Who's the bet here, Paul?
Well, you can't. It'd be hard pressed to bet against McDavid and Matthews. The best sniper inside the blue line, Matthews, by a country mile. The guy who can grab the puck anywhere on the ice and go the length of the ice, deking 4 or 5 guys for highlight reel goals, Connor McDavid. They'll both do that a lot next year again. But I'll think of a third player that belongs in this category on merit. That's Nate McKinnon. The guy is also a highlight reel waiting to happen, and he's going to put it all together in the regular season at some point to have a career best year. Coming off the Stanley Cup, you got to think he's got to be feeling really good about himself. Plus 1,000 the bet there, and this is still a strong team, miles ahead of everybody in their division, and that's going to be a factor in some big nights for him and his mates this season.
All right, AJ, who do you like in this category?
I mean, these guys are dead on. I mean, it's for sure pretty much a two-man race. Maybe McKinnon could factor in here. So I'll give you one dark horse that I do kind of like. What if Johnny Gaudreau goes to Columbus and they make the playoffs this year, and they're not a terrible team, and he puts up another 100 points here? He had 115 last year. I think at plus 3,000, that's a pretty good long shot option there. They would have to make the playoffs. They're not guaranteed to do that. This team has a ton of weaknesses, but if he could lead them to the playoffs, it's certainly not outside of the question. Again, I think these guys are right. I think it's a 2-dog race. But if you want to try something else and get a little more value on a long shot here, I like Johnny Gaudreau as a long shot option.